So this is day one of my blog. Originally, I wanted to start a mastermind group for learning and development professionals to keep each other accountable. And I think that sounds really great, but I know that a lot of mastermind groups, they don't last very long because people fall off. And I think that makes a lot of sense, especially if it's a free mastermind group. Because psychologically, we value things that cost more money because of the pain of departing from that money. When it comes to money, it's really interesting. I'm not an expert, but I like to read a lot of books on neuroscience and decision making, and sometimes on how we view money. It's interesting because we view it in a very primitive kind of matter. There's kind of a strong connection between our survival instinct and how we react to money, right? So I think a lot of life coaching programs that are super duper expensive work really well because they essentially, like, you've already paid that money, you've parted with it, so now you view the program differently. Now you're holding yourself more accountable, assuming that the amount of money was enough to cause you that sort of like physical pain. So I think it would be really hard for me to start a mastermind group for the first time and like have everybody forfeit their money. They'd probably think that this is some kind of scam, but it's not. So I thought that the best compromise would be to kind of create a journal. I was like, what is a mastermind group? What's kind of like that, but a one-person journey? And I'm hoping that my video diary, which is meant to keep me accountable to my goals, I'm hoping that will inspire other people to do the same and to also keep these video journals. And hopefully, once we get a small group, we can have a true mastermind group, and maybe we'll add some wagers to it to kind of like keep ourselves honest. All right, so I think the first step in kind of goal setting is having a good idea of what your current habits are. Because if you don't exercise at all, like I don't exercise at all, then it would be ridiculous if I told you that tomorrow I'm going to go to the gym and I'll go to the gym every day this month. It's easy to have the fantasy of your future self being like so much more disciplined and, capable than your current self, right? And maybe it's not about capability. That's probably the wrong word. But behaviors are habits, and they're really hard to train. They're really hard to change. Learning, when you learn a new concept, it's very difficult. You have to persist. And when you want to change your behavior, it's equally difficult.